This year's theme for our elders. I am sure that we all have people to look up to. In Aboriginal culture, elders played and held a prominent place in the lives of their people. This is reflected in the kinship structure, which was such that every person in the family was looked after and taken care of. Elders are the older of knowledge and wisdom. Their knowledge and wisdom has governed the people for many a year. This year we pay respects to them for their love and leadership in caring and shaping of the families and their communities and their lands. This year, as you seek to acknowledge, recognise and celebrate the contributions of the elderly, I trust that they will feel loved and cared for in such a way that they will know that they are appreciated. As a young boy growing up, I can remember my dear old grandmother sitting on the veranda where we lived in Dubbo. As I walked by, I could hear her humming hymns and praying, no doubt giving thanks to God for her children and her grandchildren, giving thanks to God's graciousness, or giving thanks for God's graciousness to her and her family. It was both my grandparents' Christian influence that left a legacy for our family. As I think about my grandmother, I think of Paul's words to young Timothy when he wrote the following, and I quote, "I thank God whom I serve as my ancestors did, with a clear conscience, as night and day I constantly remember you in my prayers. Recalling your tears, I long to see you, so that I may be filled with joy. I am reminded of your sincere faith, which first lived in your grandmother Lois and in your mother Eunice, and I am persuaded now lives in you." Friends, what a great picture of the influence that grandparents have on their families. It was through the faith of his grandmother, which was passed on to his mother, that no doubt exposed young Timothy to the gospel. This NAIDOC, as we celebrate the lives of the elderly, and as we remember those loved ones that have gone before, I trust that as we engage with our First Nations people, that they will be encouraged to reflect on God's goodness to them and their communities.